about now? Have you joined the thing? Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Hello. Don't know if anybody can hear me and see me. I hope you can. Yeah. If you can hear this, do you want to chuck something in the old chat for me? Oh, we have someone. Yay. Thank you, Raymond. Good, good, good. So that's working. All right. So far, so good. Okay. I've been told I'm very quiet, so I'm going to turn my mic up. Maybe actually speak into the microphone rather than across it. Okay, alrighty then. So, I appreciate, we're going to try and get things going at 7. I'm just going to leave it for a little bit, just because I know there was a few people who wanted to get here, but might not be able to get here for a little bit, so do bear with me. I'm just going to noodle on the guitar for your pleasure while we wait for a little bit longer. Get yourself a drink, get yourself some snacks, and then we'll sort something out for you, alright? Wonder if you can hear the guitar yet. Okay, right. Let's give this a go, hey? So, I guess the idea is I play some music at you guys, and and then we, talk about it if that's what you want to do. Hello. So, hello Raymond, hello Rami, hello David, hello Chris. Thank you for joining me tonight, guys. I do really appreciate it. Just chuck any questions, queries, thoughts in the old chat thing, and I'll do my best to pick that up and respond to you. Cool. Thank you, David. Glad I'm coming through loud and clear. We will hopefully do the same for the music. Right. I've never done a live stream before, so do bear with me. As you can see, I have spared no expense in coming to you from my bedroom. We'll see how it goes. Maybe in the future I will have some actual production values. Yes. Okay, sound is very good. Oh, thank you, Chris. Good. It's good to hear. Thank you. Right. So I guess I'm just going to play the new album. I said I didn't really have a plan for this, but what I will do is maybe just talk a little bit about the album after I play a track, because I don't want you sitting here listening to me waffle on when I can be playing you some goddamn music. So this is the first track from the new album. If I can get it to do a thing for me. Technology, eh? You gotta love it when it works, but when it doesn't, it can suck my balls. Right then, my friends. So, this track is the first track on the new album. It's called... wait a minute. Oh, it's not working. Sorry. Okay, here we go. Sorry. Panic over. Yeah, this is track 1 from Panta, Rhei. This is called Photographs Found on an Old Camera. It's quite a long song, but what do you expect from me? Strap in. It's about 9 minutes. I hope you enjoy it. Oh, and if anything goes wrong, chuck chat messages to me and I'll do my best to fix it. Thank you. Well, there you go, kiddies. That's the first track from the new album. What a way to kick off an album, eh? 9 minutes. Nothing screams pop song like a 9-minute opening track. I'm glad you guys liked it. Thank you very much for joining me and commenting in the chat box thingy. I guess let's not hang around, shall we? Do you fancy a bit more, or does anybody have any questions about what they just heard or are hearing? I realise it can be a bit delayed, but yeah. Oh, bless you. David just said that was 9 minutes. It went by so quickly. See, good. This is what I want. Chance to enjoy a nice long song. Galen, 9 minutes is the best length for a pop song. Thank you. I agree too. Subex Deviant, also known as Paul. Hello, mate. Yes, it'll all be coming out on all the streaming platforms. I'm going to be doing a short run of CDs where you'll get to enjoy all the artwork. Throughout this evening, each of the songs has a piece of artwork done for it. So you'll see them. So in the printed CDs, the digipacks, the artwork will be a booklet. I think it's about 10 pages, each with some really cool created art. So that's the hope for that. Galen says, how long was the composition process? I should probably turn my camera on. I don't know if you can see me or not. He's back. Sorry, Chris. It will be on Bandcamp too. Yeah, it'll be over the usual channels. I'm self-distributing, so it'll be down to you guys to support and buy it if you like it, of course. And then that money will go towards the next silly thing that I'm doing, which I'll talk about later. Someone remind me of that as well. I've got 2 EPs hopefully coming out this year after this album. Eek, nothing like stressing myself out, is there? Sorry, Galen asked how long was the composition process. To be honest, probably about 2 years in the end. I wrote the bulk of the album over about a 3-month period during lockdown, and a lot of the music just flew out because everyone knows what happened during lockdown and all that sort of stuff. It was not a good fun time for anybody. So I guess this is my lockdown album, very delayed, but half the reason it's been delayed is because I didn't have the mental capacity to finish it, because there's a lot of stuff on it. When I look at it lyrically, it's quite some dark content that I didn't have the capacity to deal with. But after listening to a particular song, which we'll hear later, I kind of went, you know what, I should just get this album done and move on. So that's that story. Thank you for listening. With that, right, let's play some more music for you. I think I saw him in the chat somewhere. Maybe I didn't. Nick, yes, Nick Webb. Thank you. Hello, Nick. So my friend Nick is awesome, and he kindly does stuff for me without asking for any money. He answered my call for a bit of help with something wonderfully, and you'll hear it on this next track. So yeah, we're on to track 2. So track 2 is called Fixation on a Coworker. Now, anybody who is probably my age and was into grotty metal will know that Fixation on a Coworker is an album by a band called Dead Guy. I loved Dead Guy. I think they were a fun band. Back when I was listening to all those bands that, were in and around the relapse scene, so like Drowning Man and Coalesce, Dillinger Escape Plan, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, the story behind Fixation on a Coworker as a song is I found this small booklet one day when I was sort of waiting for a train or a bus. I can't remember which. But it was like someone scribbling their thoughts down and just saying some things about how they felt. And some of the pages into it were this person was talking about another person. And they were very complimentary, you know, like how the light shines on their face and it makes their features sing and things like that. But later on in these bits of writing, there were some really weird and a little bit disturbing parts that I think the writer had some jealousy and even possible resentment towards this person they were initially writing out about. So I sort of took that idea and run with it. Yeah, so this next song is called Fixation on a Coworker. It features my friend Nick Webb supplying a solo. Keep your ears open for that because, well, it's a monster. And as soon as I can get this working for you, I bloody well will. So here we go, kiddies. This is called Fixation on a Coworker, featuring my wonderful friend Nick Webb, who I will big up a bit more later. Enjoy the medal. Well, wasn't that lovely, kiddies? Yeah, so that was a bracing change from the first track. I appreciate that screamy metal nonsense is not for everyone, but if anybody knows me by now, then they know that I have to do music for myself first, and hopefully people can come along for the ride. So yeah, that was Fixation on a Coworker. Massive thanks again to Nick Webb for the solo and joining in my craziness. I literally said to him something along the lines of, I've recorded a solo already. It's a complete Frederick Thorndale from Meshuggah ripoff. I don't think I can justify it. Can you please do the same thing but on a saxophone? And he did, as you can hear, and it's one of my favorite things on the album. So thanks again, Nick. We'll do some more stuff in the future, my man. We'll work something out, and but thank you for joining me on that ridiculous song. Yes, Jenny Allen, what a ledge. Yes, Diane, a fair influence. So Niger within. I am a Frederick Thorndale fan. He is like probably my favorite guitarist in the universe. Yes, Nick Webb, what a legend. So yeah, I've chit-chatted about that. Lob any questions, any thoughts in the chat thing. I will do my best to answer them. Going back to the whole screamy thing not being for everybody, I get it, I really do. Excuse me. Especially compared to One Dark, the last OCEANICA album, as you may know or remember. Two very different mindsets on two very different albums. OCEANICA, Panta Rhei is the grotty, smelly younger brother of One Dark. Oh, wait a minute, what's this? There were no lyrics on the screaming bit. Oh, the bit that went "Rawr!" Probably. I could have spelled it out if you wanted. I hope I didn't miss any of the lyrics in the song, because that's very silly. But what was I babbling on about? Yes, just the night, light and day difference between the first album, One Dark, and this new one, and that's okay. You're right, Paul. Sub-X Deviant, yes. Maybe like Stagnancy, and I've always just got to do what I felt was right for me. Just on a note, I want to show you something. I think half the reason the album is heavy is because of this beast. Yes. So, like during lockdown, I bought this 7-string guitar. It's tuned to drop A, and the bottom string is something like 86 gauge. It doesn't have to mean anything to you guys, but it's basically like a piece of fucking cabling. So I think that lended itself a lot to how the album went. And again, anyone who knows me, I'm a massive fan of bands like Will Haven, stuff like that. So that just massive down-tuned chug sound and those big bendy notes on the lower strings. I love it. I really do. Anyway, speaking of which, this next song, again, probably a little bit heavier without prefacing it, but it actually contains probably my favourite bit on the album right at the end, because it's just so metal it hurts. I want to give a big shout out to my friend Nicole Willerton, who did some vocals on this track. Super talented person, super lovely person. Check out her band. They're called Eyes of Nocturne, I believe. They're getting their stuff together and kicking it out live and all. But anyway, super voice. She did something at the beginning of this next track. So I hope you enjoy it. This song is called Roll the Bones. Some of you may have seen a video I did where I was tracking some of the vocals at home and just screaming my fucking ass off. It's very cathartic to do, and it's just felt right for the time. So this song is called Roll the Bones. I hope you enjoy it. Let's see what you think, eh? Get my mug out of the way in a second. Again, any thoughts, any ideas, chuck them in the chat. I'll do my best to answer them, but let's do some more metal. There you go, children. Another insight into my fragile little mind. Hello, Gina. Gina Sommer has joined in. I thought it would start at 9 p.m. in Germany. Never mind, Gina. It's okay, mate. Thank you for joining. Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed Roll the Bones. It's one of my favourite things from the album, to be honest, because it's just so very silly in a good way and a cathartic way. I keep forgetting to turn on the camera. Sorry, guys. So Roll the Bones. Gosh, what is it about? See, I made all these notes that I was going to read out, but I just don't want to read them all out because they just sound ridiculous. But I want to talk about Roll the Bones a bit. As you probably do know, to roll the bones basically means it's like a term from the game Craps, the dice game. So roll the bones, roll the dice, take a chance. So that's basically what all that lyric is all about. Don't be fooled by the screamy, angry way that I've done it. It's quite a positive song. It's basically a metaphor to help me with making forward progress in some things. And try some things I've never done before, such as this live stream. Many other things as well. But and the whole purpose of it is to defeat that negative voice that we have in our heads that tells us we can't do things, whatever they are. Get a new job, get a new career, so on and so forth. So Roll the Bones, that's what that's about. It's me screaming at that horrible little demon in your head that goes, you can't do this, and I can go, yes I can. So there you go. Okay, where are we at? We're on track 4. I'm happy to repeat anything. Let's look at some questions. We've got some people talking. Thank you for coming and thank you for asking questions. Let's go. Hello, Heike. Another German. Yes, all my German friends are here. Thank you for coming. Nice to see everybody in the chat. What else we got? Raymond asks when's it coming out. Yes, so One Dark will be back on streaming services more soon. As some of you may or may not know, I was working with a small sort of bespoke label. They decided to close their doors for various personal reasons, and I totally respected that. So all the bands that were on that label decided what they wanted to do with their stuff. It was a good run. The guy who ran the label was a lovely guy who did a lot for those bands. So big shout out to Gino at Progressive Gears Records. I know some of you guys in the chat and here are very aware of Gino's work with a lot of bands, so big up to him. And he gave me the platform to release the first album, because I just didn't want to do it in the end, because I got into my head as I always do, and just didn't want to do anything. And he was very kind and gently coaxed an album out of it, and without him giving me that platform, I probably wouldn't have had the confidence to crack on with this. So there you go. Big shout out to Gina at Progressive Gears. Right, what other questions do we have? Yes. So just to reiterate, the new album will be out on all streaming services, available on Bandcamp, in all digital forms, and hopefully some direct to buy digipacks. So if you want it on CD with the 10-page booklet and anything else you want me to do, except for no naked pictures, no one needs to see my body. Yes. Diane asked, did we discuss the meaning of Panta Rhei earlier? It's not a problem. What it actually means, it basically roughly translates as everything flows, and I think it's a Heraclitus expression. So it just means that everything flows, everything's changeable, and I think that was the key point of naming the album as it was, because life is, like an ever-flowing river, isn't it? It's subject to change, and I don't think any of us sort of saw the pandemic coming. I certainly didn't. I was on the other side of the world. Well, to some of you anyway. I was in New Zealand when that kicked off, enjoying my hopefully never coming back to the UK travel. I've been traveling with my lady for a number of months, and and we suddenly had to come back. So I think that obviously all reflected in my mindset of how I went about writing the album, along with my choice of instrument, which was the 7-string guitar, which just lends itself to writing riffs. Diane asks, Heraclitus as in no man may step in the same river twice. I'm not too sure of that quote, mate, to be honest. I kind of got behind the Panta Rhei thing and then ran with it. So I wish I could answer that, but I'm not gonna. Right, let's roll on, shall we? So we are on to track 4. This next track is it's called Lumière, and I'm sure anybody who knows anything about French will be able to tell me what that means. It's I don't know how to describe this song, guys. Do you know what? I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to let you listen to it. But it's another lengthy beast. Goes through lots of moods and lots of things. You know what to expect from me now, guys. Anybody who's been following my nonsense over the years. Lots of seasons in one day, for want of a better term. So this song is called Lumière. Who incidentally is the best character from Beauty and the Beast. Enjoy. My love, the future is unwritten, my love, and when dream Well, there you go, kiddies. That was Lumiere. And as you, some of you in the chat quite rightly picked, it does indeed mean light. So yeah, a bracing change from the previous two tracks, but yet not in a way. Yeah, words. I don't know what to say about it really. I could talk about lyrics and stuff like that, but again, it's just another reminder to myself to, stay positive and find your way through the dark at times. Yeah. So Diane says, did you have any qualms over the variety in the album? Never. Nope. I find it funny in a way that some artists feel like they just want to do one thing on an album, and that's absolutely fine. That's what you do. If you're a thrash band, you just write thrash songs, but Oceanica is whatever I write. Yeah, it's a weird one. So you're gonna get whatever is going through my head. So yeah, gosh, and I think anybody who's followed my music, like back to Enochian Theory and stuff like that, will know that there are albums that reflect a very particular time in my life, and they reflect that. And I think it reflects me as a person as well, as a songwriter, and as someone who clearly has mental health issues but refuses to get diagnosed on them. But yeah, I mean, music I've always used as a cathartic means, and I will continue to do that because it's really helpful for the soul. Questions. Yeah, sorry, Diane. Yeah, no qualms at all, my friend. And I fear. You do you, Diane. Whatever you feel is right for you, and I think I just want to say, I think that people aren't silly. Well, let's say some people are, but I think if you have some people who know roughly what you're about as a person, they can smell the bullshit a mile away. So if you chuck out something that isn't you as a person, they'll call bullshit on that. And I've not been caught out yet, so I'll continue just to do me, and hopefully people will come along for the ride. David, the variety on the album is what makes it interesting. Yes, thank you, mate. And as I said, this album is a reflection of a 3 or 4 month writing period, intense writing period, and then dragging that shit out over for another 2 years once I got the bulks of the songs down. So oh god, yeah, it's weird to look at this because it feels like old material to me, considering I've got two new EPs nearly finished as well. So, but let me not get ahead of myself. Right. Okay, enough talking. Let's play some more music. Okay, so I'm doing a music video for this next song. Hopefully, fairly soon. It's been a bit of a pain to sort out for various reasons, but the crowdfunding support that you guys did for me, thank you so much for that. That's going towards this video that I'm working on with a talented guy. So this next song is magically titled Drive By 69. See if you're you can mentally imagine that. No, don't do that. It doesn't mean what it says on the tin. It's a song about the perils of social media, to be honest. I find celebrity in general to be fucking weird. And I realise that some people fall into it and don't know how to handle it, and it causes them problems. We've seen that so many times in popular culture. So this song is influenced by that, but it's more for someone I used to know fairly well. We sort of lost touch a bit, but I still, kept an eye on what they're up to. And they had a really, really bad time of trying to make it as like a social media influencer. They tried everything, clothes, music, makeup, all that sort of thing, and it just did a number on them, mentally and physically, and it was hard to see, especially some of the posts they were putting out on social media as their mental health declined. So this song, next song, Drive By 69, which I'm doing a video for, is it's quite a heavy song again, guys, so apologies if you don't like the heavier stuff, but meh. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna write it all now, am I? So here we go, guys. This is another slightly chunkier song. What I like about this song is it feels like it moves through many gears, and I think anybody who's into rhythm, and I know Diane is in the chat, who's a great drummer, will pick up on that and hopefully understand what I mean by feels like the song is shifting gears. So here we go. This song is called Drive By 69. Massive tribute to Will Haven, but with my own me. Enjoy. And there we go. That's what I get for being an idiot. I didn't have the audio up, did I? This is why I shouldn't be allowed. I shouldn't be allowed nice things. We'll try that again. There's me trying to be all smart and cool and making a pillock of myself. Anyway, let's try again. This is Drive By 69. This is hopefully metal as fuck. Well, there you go. That was metal, wasn't it? Yes. I'm getting messages from people as well. It's like, Drive By 69 is my fave. Yeah, it's a fun song. So yeah, just to reiterate, doing a video for that fairly soon. So I will obviously share that in good time for the hopeful album release in June. Yeah. So thanks, David. Ben, I love that a lot. It's very metal. Just to say a big shout out to everyone in the chat. Thank you again. Nice to see some people showing up. Nice to see G from the Coma Rossi. Diane's in the Coma Rossi as well. The project moving forward. But let's not talk about them. It's all about me. So Raymond, great song. Thank you, mate. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's a bit of a tour de force, but yeah, sounds more technical than it actually is, and I think you could describe that with a lot of my stuff. Simplicity is the way forward in a way, but with doing some flexing on the old musical muscle sometimes. Diane says, will there be additional cowbell on it by June, or will it be released as is? So I'm going to do a cowbell only version, which will include techno remixes of me playing techno songs played exclusively on cowbells. No, I'm not going to be doing that. But what would be interesting is I like chucking some random stuff on these records, and I've always challenged people to see if they can find them. So just like there was on the previous album, One Dark, there's a kazoo within multiple songs on this album as well. So when it comes out, that's your challenge. If you come across the kazoo, message me and I'll give you some free merchandise. Okay, people messaging me. Hello, people. Some people can't join the chat because of having to watch it on their phone. That's not a problem at all. Big shout to Jeff Clark. Hello, Jeff. Thank you for joining me. Jeff is a bit of a hero of mine. He got a tattoo of some of my lyrics across his arm. Some lyrics from the song on the last album, which blew my mind. I remember him saying he was considering doing it, and I said something like, "Oh yeah, I'll pay for it if you do it," thinking nothing more of it. Next thing I know, I get tagged in a post by him, and he's had these lyrics tattooed on my lyrics tattooed on his arm. It fucking blew me away. It still blows me away, and is subsequently the best review I've ever had or I'll ever get. So thank you to Jeff for polluting his body with my words. Diane says, are you going to do any live dates? Yes, actually. My plan, this is a loose plan at the moment, but I've managed to convince a small group of super talented musicians to come and do like a live recording thing of the songs with me, which I'm hoping to film, stick it online and whatnot. I don't think an actual gig is possible, to be honest, because I mean I play everything on the album, and though I'm sure you can find people to play, it's not the problem. It's more that I'd rather do it in an environment that I know or I can make it sound like I want it to. So I'd rather do like a live recording in a studio, but make it cinematic that sort of thing. So I've managed to convince some friends of mine to get involved in that. So I will be playing live. It'll go live on the stream as well, but it'll be more of a, like David said, it's like a live DVD sort of thing. I just want to be able to control the sound and stuff like that more, and we'll see how it goes. I mean, to be honest, all the people that are involved in being my live bands they've got their own bands and they're all very super busy, but I've known them all for a long time. They're all in really cool bigger bands, but they're going to do me a favor because they're lovely people. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. I'll update you more on that. I'm hoping to film that. I'll get that going towards the end of the year. So bear with me. It's something I want to do. I'd love to play live more, but I just don't have the ability to do it. My job is too busy. So that's sad times, but you got to go where the dollar bill is, yo kiddies. Right, let's play some more music, shall we? Diane says, can watch it live from home. Literally ideal. The drinks are cheaper here. Yes, my friend. Drinks are definitely cheaper at home, mate. That's definitely sure. Oh, hello, James. Hey, Mr. Oceanica. Hello, James. Nice to see James in the chat. I've known James for a long time, so hello to James. I better roll on because I could just be sitting here talking to you guys for ages, which I'd love to do, but would never get out of here alive otherwise. Right, this next song. So this is track 6 from the Panta Rhei album, guys. It's called The New Human Agenda. Now, I suppose I do want to talk about this a little bit before I play the song. It's influenced by a writer called Yuval Noah Harari, who I really like. I like a lot of his books, and I like a lot of his TED Talks and so on and so forth. He talks about the future and the history of mankind. I don't know why I did it that way. The history and the future of mankind, and covers many things like the kingdoms of nature, how life has developed, and so on and so forth. And he also mentions a very interesting theory called dissipation-driven adaptive organization, which is a theory by a scientist called Jeremy England about the origins of mankind. What's very interesting about it is it's purely science-based. Jeremy England is a devout Jew, so what he was saying is basically that life didn't come from some celestial being. It came from this process involving heat. So that's really interesting. It's really a good thing to read if you've got the interest. So that's Yuval Noah Harari. He's got some books on it called Sapiens, is one of my favorites. Another one is called 21 Lessons for the 21st Century, and the next one in that series is called Homo Deus, which is about the next evolution of mankind and our amalgamation with technology. So yeah, there's some babbling for you guys. So this song is called The New Human Agenda. I will get that going for you. I hope you enjoy it. I guess big Tool vibes on this one because, you know, I love Tool, even though I think I listened to their new album once and then went, well, it's Tool, isn't it? But I'm not gonna deny Tool's influence on me as a person, and I'm sure a lot of you as well. So anyway, let's get on with this. This is called The New Human Agenda. Enjoy.
temples ground beneath the feet of the enemies, destroying such belief because they're enemies, new beliefs to spread down the Silk Roads, seeking out new territories. The power of belief return, papyrus churn, Carthage burns. New power awoke again, the creation of their dynasties, filled by blood of men. I saw the end, a new belief system, a new way. What do you know? What do you know? What do you know? What do you know? Oh, what you know? What do you know? What do you know? The origin story is where we begin. Gravity wells and combustion, a combination of things to create disease and wars. This wealth of life and all that we are, a cellular marvel made of many parts. Progress we made through all of the shame as we aim towards the stars. Cannot hide the fools and flaws. Spite coming so far. Spite coming so far. Spite coming so far. The time's changing every day. Is there a righteous and a free? Amidst the greed that was fueled by advertising and TV, what you do is not worth compared to how you're perceived or seen online. That bullshit roundabout of social segregation and decline. For every new technology that creeps into your lives, the gulf between you continues to grow, makes you alone, and that's the price. And that's the price. And that's the price. And that's the price.
There you go, kiddies. That was The New Human Agenda, which is track 6 on the album. Thank you for listening. Hello, James. He says, it did take me a few listens to get into it, to be fair, mate. Oh, the Tool album. Yes. No, that's absolutely fair. Yeah, that's fair. I've not had the time to I guess really delve into Fear Inoculum, the Tool album. I think I listened to it once and I was like, yeah, it sounds like Tool. I don't think anything grabbed me immediately, but maybe I'm just a very different beast now to the person I was when I was maybe listening to like Anima back in 1996. I'm obviously a very different person, but yep, I love Anima. That's like probably my favorite Tool album, to be fair. But you know, I'm sure everyone out there who's watching this and in the chat and all that, you could say that your mindsets and your thoughts and things have changed, or maybe like yourself, you still have this nostalgic attachment to certain albums. Oh god, excuse me, sounds like Beirut outside. Diane, did you play everything? Yes, I played everything, I'm afraid. It's resampled at points, because, well, that's production, isn't it? You want it to sound as good as you can without it being too lost in it. So yeah, so I took samples from the kit and I had to resample it in places because I'm not a great drummer. I'm only an average drummer at best. But yeah, so there's that. David, I'm getting Frost, Lenny Robot, Early Porcupine. Yeah, I don't listen to any of those bands, so yeah, I can't help you there. Don't know what to say really. Harold, hello Harold, nice to see you, man. I love the sound, very warm and open, a great song for playing loud. Thank you, buddy. Harold's been very kind to me in the past. Like a lot of people, they've been very kind to me in various things, like on my YouTube channel, for example. Harold's artwork adorns the main page in the background, so thank you for him for being supportive of me and letting me continue to use his artwork for my various nonsense. So thank you. Okay, so yeah, that was The New Human Agenda. What's interesting, it's like as I dived into this, and I did go down a proper wormhole with all this in regards to the books and things like that, and like towards the end of the last song, you know, the lyric is technium, and this is an idea attributed to the technologist Kevin Kelly, who came up with the term technium as being the next kingdom of nature, because it's all relevant, it all really is. And how he termed it was that technium is the next kingdom of nature because it's the ecosystem of all invented things. I mean, get your head around that. You know, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to have to go down a wormhole with this and do my research. But he's not wrong. If you break it down, you know, a kingdom of nature is something that's created, you know. I mean, when we've, you know, and going back to the lyrics, you know, it starts sort of like, you know, Yule bacteria, protista, single cell organisms, and so on and so forth, going forward all the way through to animalia, which is technically where we're at the moment. But a lot of people do say that technium is where we're at the moment, the integration of technology and humanity. Because you think about this, millions of homes, millions of factories, millions of acres of modified land for agriculture and to feed livestock, millions of motors, millions of automobiles, quadrillions of computer chips and millions of cables. The point is, what Kevin Kelly was getting at was that none of these can work independently. So everything is interconnected, just like living things in nature and just like human cells. So why shouldn't it be a kingdom of nature? So there you go. That is the new human agenda, guys. I hope you enjoyed the song. I think we've got James. Bye, James. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you saying hi and going off. He's a busy man, a very talented man himself. So thank you, James, for hopping in and all. Right, let's move on, shall we? Let's go for the next track, kiddies. This next track is called Mother of Eyes. Now, I should probably preface this song a little bit by saying that, again, it's musically a heavy one. Lyrically, it's certainly a heavy one. But that's just my interpretation of it. Everything is always subjective, and I get that. And as with anything I've ever released, anyone can get what they want for themselves from it. And I wholeheartedly do that, because this is what we do with other people's music. Do you know what I mean? You know, you interpret someone's lyrics slightly differently to suit your whatever you need, you know, from life. So I'm not going to talk about the lyrics for this one. I'm just going to plow straight into it. This is called Mother of Eyes. It's, I don't know, it's definitely chunky. It's got some chunky bits, and the end bit's ridiculous. Shout out to Diane. I didn't play the end bit all the way through. It's sections, because I couldn't fucking play it straight. I'm not that good a drummer, but you'll see what I mean. So let's go for it. This is called Mother of Eyes. This is track 7. I should probably clarify that. I can't remember my own album. But this is cool. This is Mother of Eyes. Enjoy.
Consider this early warning, oh my Lord, that bitterness consumes all within my love. Fires that once burned now seek out desire, for the hearts given back well apart. We're left to feel. It's the little things that group together, bunting our best endeavor, coming for that strange period to the past. A family that hates together, sure we cannot back, and we're caught up in our games, so caught up in our strains. Little things that group together, bunting our best endeavor, coming for that strange period to the past. A family that hates together, sure we cannot back, and we're caught up in our games, so caught up in our strains.
And it's the fear of being stated. It's the weary sighs ungated. The catalyst much of the time, it carries the weight of all our lives. It's the untruths ain't like arrows to pierce. Our shallow egos are worse and worse. They drive a divide, a division like silence now presides.
Recover from that yet? Yes. There you go. That was Mother of Eyes. Yep. I'm not going to dive into that, what that song's all about, but it's definitely a journey, and just needed to be done. And the same as someone wants to hear it again. Okay, let's just go through some of your comments. Thank you for commenting. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. It gives me something to talk about, rather than I don't want to talk about the lyrics and all, really, because that's that shit makes me sad to talk about. But I'm happy to, yeah. So David, visualize beating the hell out of the drums. Oh yeah, no, it hurt a lot after recording some of this stuff. I don't pretend to be a good drummer by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm me, and I drum how I want and how I can. So I hope you enjoy that. Diane says, do you have a favourite song on the album? Do I have a favourite song on the album? I think it depends on my mindset. Yeah, it depends how I'm feeling, I think. And when I was listening to the mixes, you know, when you're walking around and I'm listening to the mixes, I've got my headphones and I'm walking to work or whatever, I'm on the train or something, and each song, it would be different each time about what I would use as a reference to be like gauge the mix and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't think I have a favourite song. I think they've all got their time and place with me, which I think is good. You know, I think it's a fair enough reflection on where they came from, creatively, mentally, and so on and so forth. So yeah, sorry, Diana, I don't have that sounds like a cop out for that. But thank you for asking. Everyone loves blast beats except drummers. Yes, you're right. Diane knows. Diane's a drummer. Blast beats are fucking tiring. Gurav G, hello mate. How was the creative process behind this track? To be honest, and I'm okay with sharing this with people, I had a bit of a drinking problem during the pandemic, like a lot of people, I think. And a lot of the music that you hear or have heard already, I would have written under the influence of drink. It's not like a sudden big reveal or anything, you know. I think a lot of people struggled to deal with the pandemic and everything that was going on around it. So the creative process was stemmed from however I was feeling at that time, probably influenced by drinking. And I wrote a lot of it at like in the small hours of the morning. I would stay up late and I would just sit there and just write, you know. And what's interesting about this album is that there was very little final refinement. It was like, this is the track, that's it written, fuck it, I'm done. You know, it was supposed to be a snapshot of that time in my life and that time in our lives where, you know, well, lockdown and what the fuck is going on in this world, you know. It played havoc with a lot of people's stuff, you know, and I know I'm not the only person who felt the same. So we're all, you know, we're all there at the time. So all the tracks come from needing to say something, you know. You know, when you get the lyrics, you know, you can have a read through them and interpret it for yourself. So questions. Sorry, guys. Thank you for G for asking that question. I appreciate. Again, it was a bit of a weird winding cop out, but I just write music. It just comes out. It flows out. You know, wherever it comes from, whichever part of the multiverse that it comes from, that's where it comes out of. But there's always a reason for it, and it's mostly because I've got something to say, which I think is good. I think it's good. It's cathartic. Do I air drum on the train, David? Yes, I fucking do, and it annoys the shit out of people because they constantly can hear my feet tapping away, and I get looked at. So, moving on. Instinctive creations are often the best. Yes, G, they are. Everything on this album, especially the guitars, drums, and bass, and the basics of it, were literally first or second take. They were just like, I'm just gonna riff, and I'm gonna see where my mind takes me. Sure, I would then, you know, I would sit there and muck around with a riff for a while, and then be like, okay, I think that works, and then I'll track that. Okay, that's not well played. I'll retrack it better. Now that I've been practicing that riff for a bit, because some of them are tricky. That main riff in the last song, that surprisingly difficult to be consistent. It's yeah, I think I don't practice guitar as much as I probably should. So Yeah, difficult times. Thanks for sharing that, Ben. Yeah, sorry guys. I got to be honest about these things. You know, I think it helps to talk about it and share these things. Ideas come from that dark room. Yeah, they certainly do. Yeah. Yep. Jenny, I air drum, air guitar, air bass. Yes, I literally do everything all the time, all at once. It just looks like I'm having a bit of a seizure sometimes. I'm just like, there's a bit of drumming, there's a bit of guitar. Anyway, let's move on, shall we? Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for coming to join me on this playback. I hope you've enjoyed the journey so far. We've got 2 tracks to go. So I'm going to play another one now because I've talked for ages and no one needs that in their life. So yeah, this next song, let's move that down there. It's called The Hope Sequence. This is track 8. I really love the string section thing at the beginning of this. I managed to sly this into a recording done for a client. There was some leftover time, and I quickly sent the score to the music director in the Czech Republic, where we were doing this. Is all for a job I was doing, so I was paid by a client to do some orchestral work and stuff, and we finished the work way early, and it was like 4 hours left, and the musical director was talking to me via Zoom, and he was just like, well, what do you want to do with these 4 hours? I was like, okay, I've got an idea. So I sent it's a bit naughty, but I sent him some stuff for this album, and they tracked it all in 4 hours or so, and along with a load of other stuff that you hear on this album. It was very naughty of me, but why am I going to waste some time that someone else has paid for, Smart boy. Okay, guys. So this song is called The Hope Sequence. I really liked the intro to this, and I like the general theme of this. There's some epic bits again. Have a listen, judge for yourself. I hope you enjoy it. Well, there you go, kiddies. Thank you for listening to that. That was track 8 on the Panta Rhei album. That was called The Hope Sequence. Thank you, Charmaine. Hello, Charmaine. That was ace. Thank you. Diane, that's some absolutely sickness hiding in the drum part. Yes, mate. Yeah, there's some there's some silliness in there, but yeah, I think only fellow rhythmical nerds such as us will appreciate it. But as long as people enjoy it, that's the thing, isn't it? Positive vibes in the lyrics. Yes, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I try to be. I'm not always good at that, but do my best. Jenny Allen, this is a real orchestra. Smart. Yes. So as per my little blurb earlier, I tacked on some strings onto a recording for a client. Raymond, what is the title of the song? Yes, it's called The Hope Sequence. Yep. It's definitely called The Hope Sequence. Yes, thank you. When and where is the album being released? I need to have this album. Oh, you're very kind, Charmaine. I'm hoping June. I need to do a PR campaign for it first. Get some reviews, get some bang behind it, and then it's coming out. I'm self-releasing it, so I'm the only person that will be dealing with everything. But I've done it before, and I'll continue to do it if I need to be. Being on the label isn't everything. It just makes things easier, but also makes you lazier, I find. Speaking as an independent artist, yep. Raymond, hello Raymond. Thank you for your support, buddy. I really appreciate it. Missed that during the switch. Oh, I see. Oh, yes, he switched devices. Gotcha. Well, okay, we are literally heading into the final track now, guys. Well, what do I want to say? Well, just thank you for your support. Thank you for taking the time to sling this on in the background while you're peeling potatoes or, repairing that broken shoe that you've got, or you're watching reality telly or something. But I appreciate the support. Thank you so much for not just leaving me to do this by myself, which I kind of thought might happen. So it's nice. I'm getting messages on Facebook and stuff from people. So thank you to everybody who's tuning in and stuff like that. Yeah, do you know what? I might save the other news for the future, because let's not rush things. Let's just enjoy the album Panta Rhei for what it is, and I'll share my other news another time. Yeah, so I guess the next track, the final track, is called Unentitled. It was originally called Untitled because I didn't have a title for it, and that was going to be the title for it for a long time. But I found it funny just to play with it and realised how entitled I can be as a white middle class person. I'm not going to dive down that, but again, you say A, you need to tell B as well. Whoa. Sorry, Raymond in the chat. What's up, mate? What's up? Talk to me. Message again. I don't understand. I missed it. Oh god. Anyway, I'm going to play Unentitled. This is the last track on the Panta Rhei album, guys. Thank you so much for coming out. I'll have a little chat at the end, and if you want to hear any track again, I'm happy to chuck it on again. If that's what you would like, I really don't have a problem with that. Yeah. So, regarding the avenues. Oh, right. I see. I follow. Okay, Raymond, I get you. Okay, so after the Panta Rhei album's out, I've technically got 2 more EPs done that I've written over the last year or so. The first one is called Xuru, and it's spelt Xuru. It was supposed to be a band. I was working on it with a bunch of friends, and then when I got my job working for Channel 4, it just meant I couldn't do any touring. I couldn't do anything like that. I couldn't play live shows, and it just fucked everything in a way, but it's positive in other terms, because hey, I'm working for Channel 4, woo, which is a big deal here. Well, it's a big deal across the world, you know. People know Film 4, people know Channel 4. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So Xuru, I decided to finish it by myself. I wrote all of it anyway, musically, and I played all the instruments on the demo. So I've decided to finish it as a recording. So that will be probably the next OCEANICA release. So it'll be OCEANICA Xuru. It's a 4-track EP. I'm happy to play a track from it after all this, if you guys want to hear it. It's the track I'll share is a lot more polished than OCEANICA, but they come from 2 very different places. And the other project, the EP that I'm doing, is called Music for a Year Past. I've shared some stuff on the OCEANICA page. It's very much more orchestral. I've paid for an orchestra to do some bits for me myself now, so that's going to be the crux of that EP, the Music for a Year Past. So yeah, gosh, busy stuff, but as ever, I am prone to sitting on things for a long time, so apologies if it all doesn't come out in a certain time frame, you know, but don't worry about it. It will get finished and it will be done. Physical releases for Xuru. Yes, you spelt it right, Raymond. Thank you, mate. Yep, why not? You know, if the demand is there, or rather, I think as an independent artist, I can't afford to buy, you know, 500 CDs, 1,000 CDs. It just doesn't sell. And I'm okay with that, and that's how it is. So I've come across some companies who will do smaller batches. So maybe I can do some pre-orders or something for Xuru and Music for a Year Past as 2 separate entities. And hell, you know, even the Panta Rhei stuff, you know. If anybody wants a physical copy of these things with the artwork, and there will always be artwork and lyrics and linear notes, because for me, and I'm sure a lot of you, you know, like growing up with those tactile CDs and the tapes was really important, and I still want to keep that going. You know, in the digital world, you know, there'll always be digital releases and you can listen to it whenever you want. That's not a problem. But for those of you who want a physical copy to listen to the CD in a CD player, or if you're still carrying on with those CD Walkmans, fair play to you. But yeah, I always love to do physical copies of things. So yeah. So thank you guys for listening. Looking forward to it. Thank you. Congratulations. Oh, dude, thank you so much, mate. Get your album finished, man. Great news. Looking forward to him. Thank you very much, David. Thank you very much, Raymond, as well. Oh yes, Raymond says would like to hear a track from Xuru. If you guys want to, I can sling one on at the end. Give me a thumbs up in the chat or a yes in the chat if you want to hear a Xuru track at the end. It's got probably one of my favorite riffs I think I've ever written in it. Not because it's like technical or anything, it's just how it builds up to it and then how it goes into it. and it's probably one of my favorite sort of headbangy moments I think I've ever written. Anyway, before we get to that, thank you for coming out and taking your time to listen to this. I really do appreciate it. It's my first stream. It'll probably be my last one, to be honest. I'm not keen on these sort of things, to be honest, because I don't know whatever to do with them. So anyway, this final track from the forthcoming Oceanica album Panta Rhei is called Unentitled. Yeah, I hope you enjoy it. It's got one of my favorite riffs on the album within it, which is the chorus, just because it's just such a fun riff to play. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. We'll have a little chat at the end, and if you want to hear some Zayu, stick around. I'll play some Zayu track for you. But anyway, this is the end of the Panta Rhei album. Thank you so much. Mwah, 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 mwah. You guys are the best. I mean, I seriously mean that. You've all been supportive of me for so long, and I appreciate that. You buying my CDs, commenting on the posts, whatever, you know what I mean. I genuinely mean it a lot. Thank you so much. All right, so anyway, this is called Unentitled. Enjoy.
On hope it seems we built those dreams and we tried to stay amongst the fears of aging, growing old, and we cried. Every line on your face tells a tale you sigh, and you're not young. Every pain and its ache you feel inside can't die. I can say one thing, it's to never give in. Live your life as you should and try as hard as you could. And don't sweat all the fears and embrace all your tears, because they make you your best, and simply fuck all the rest.
There you go, guys. That was Panta Rhei. Thank you very much for joining me. I am blown away, but thank you for your time. Thank you to everybody for checking it out. I hope it wasn't too painful. Some messages from people. Yeah. Thank you to everyone for coming out. Yeah, I'm probably going to call it a night now. I'm just going to read through some of these comments because I didn't have a chance to respond to them. Track listing, yes. I copy and pasted that badly. Sorry about that, Diane. But yeah, Mother of Eyes, yes. Blast Beat Tastic. Must be tastic. Raymond, thank you for coming out. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Physical copies, absolutely. I will get that done. G, Garav, thank you for coming out, mate. Good night. You've probably already gone, but thank you for your time. Diane, thank you so much for your time, mate. Nice to see you chat again. Everyone, thank you. Charmaine, Chris, Paul, Nick, everyone who's shown up tonight. Thank you very much, guys. I literally expected to just have me on it. Shout out to Jenny Allen, who's probably not really listening to this, but thank her for her support and keeping me sane. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I genuinely love you guys for doing this with me. Any further questions, chuck them in the chat. I'm going to sit here for a couple of minutes and talk about anything you would like to talk about, or if you're all done and you want to go, that's absolutely fine with me. Yeah. I don't know what to say, really. I don't know what else to say. I've not already said. yeah, I mean, I'm hoping to get the album out in June. Once I've done the PR campaign, and go from there. So yeah, please keep following the Oceanica page. Share with your friends or enemies, depending how you're feeling. And we'll go from there. I'll try and increase the production stakes next time, but took me surprisingly a little while to do those weird lyric videos, because I didn't want to just sit here and play the music and you guys just stare at me, because that would have been really uncomfortable. But I hope you followed it. I hope you enjoyed the music. Any comments or anything, DM me, comment on the Facebook page. Raymond's sticking around. Okay, Raymond, do you know what? For you, mate, I'm going to play you a track. I'm going to play you a Zayu track, mate, because I quite like them. I think they're fun. So bear with me. It's on my hard drive somewhere. Bear with me. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, yeah. All right. So these aren't properly mixed or mastered, so please bear with. But this is a track from the currently 4-track EP, the Zayu EP. It's a little bit heavier, but again, it's a moment in time for me. So have a listen, see what you think. I could even play you the track after it, I suppose, because it makes sense to, like, it's a concept EP, of course it is. Yeah, good night, Diane. Thank you for coming, May. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate you joining in the chat very much. Thank you for everything. Chat soon, Diane. Take care. Love that word, currently. Right, okay, I'm gonna play this track and then I'm gonna go and eat some dinner or something, but there's no pictures or anything for this, so you're gonna get like a black background. But so this is the current state of the Zayu EP. This is the 3rd track. This is called We Are Not Sure of This. I'll explain the concept and all the EP another time, but have a listen, see what you think. I think it's got some legs to it, and as I said, it includes one of my favorite riffs I think I've ever written. So I'll pop up and give the horns when that comes on. All right, enjoy. Right, you lovely people. Thank you very much. That is your lot for tonight. Thank you so much. God, we're 2.25 hours. Thank you for everyone for popping in, dropping out, sticking around, whatever. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it so very much. I really do. I'm going to leave you in peace. I'm going to end this very soon. Thank you for your support so much. Take care of yourselves and be safe. All right. Ciao.